People always thought there was something suspicious with former FBI head James Comey, and today's news might finally implicate him in some rather disturbing allegations. While Hillary Clinton tries to pretend that he was one of the countless actors out to get her during the 2016 presidential election, anyone paying attention saw the man doing might have been secretly doing her a massive favor, far more profound than we could imagine, and it was possibly done right, before our own very eyes. Was the FBI not supposed to investigate her private email server? That would be just a tad too obvious, don't you think? Instead, they put on an investigation for the show of it, but that was over before it truly got started. We've known this since August, when a letter written by Senators Chuck Grassley and Senator Lindsey Graham to the new FBI Director Chris Wray, claiming to have seen evidence showing Comey began drawing up statements on closing the investigation months before he cleared Clinton. By then we had already known that Comey had drafted his letter exonerating Hillary before the FBI interviewed her. Very strange how that works. That's why the facts hardly matched the punishment when Comey decided not to instruct the DOJ to press charges. Comey began by pointing out that Hillary had potentially lied about why she had a private email server, lied about not sending and receiving classified information on it, and said that someone might have hacked her devices. Comey made it clear that an ordinary citizen under similar circumstances would face a harsher punishment, but they couldn't prove that Hillary intended to break the law. I suppose everyone convicted of involuntary manslaughter should complain. They didn't intend for their crime to happen.
I did not email any classified material to anyone. There is no classified material.
110 emails, 52 email chains have been determined by the owning agency to contain classified information at the time they were sent or received.
I provided all my emails that could possibly be work-related.
Several thousand work-related emails that were not among the group of 30,000 emails returned by Secretary Clinton.
I thought using one device would be simpler.
She also used numerous mobile devices to send and to read email.
There were no security breaches.
It is possible that hostile actors gained access to Secretary Clinton's personal email account.
It was my practice to communicate with State Department and other government officials on their .gov accounts.
Hostile actors gained access to the private commercial email accounts of people with whom Secretary Clinton was in regular contact from her personal account.
No doubt that we've done exactly what we should have done.
They were extremely careless in their handling of very sensitive, highly classified information.
People will be able to judge for themselves.
You cannot find a case that would support bringing criminal charges on these facts.
Thank you. Thank you.
To be clear, this is not to suggest that in similar circumstances, a person who engaged in this activity will face no consequences.
Americans will find that interesting, and I look forward to having a discussion about that.
A new development comes our way. According to Fox News, newly released documents obtained by Fox News reveal that then FBI Director James Comey's draft statement on the Hillary Clinton email probe was edited numerous times before his public announcement, in ways that seemed to water down the Bureau's findings considerably. Senator Ron Johnson, chairman of the Senate Homeland Security Committee, sent a letter to the FBI on Thursday that shows the multiple edits to Comey's highly scrutinized statement. In an early draft, Comey said it was reasonably likely that hostile actors gained access to then Secretary of State Hillary Clinton's private email account. That was changed later to say the scenario was merely possible. Another edit showed language was changed to describe the actions of Clinton and her colleagues as extremely careless as opposed to grossly negligent. This is a key legal distinction. Johnson, writing about his concerns in a letter Thursday to FBI Director Christopher Wray, said the original could be read as a finding of criminality in Secretary Clinton's handling of classified material. Removing language that could portray Hillary in a criminal light might be a bit of a problem, right? Probably not something a man with a vendetta against her would do. Johnson continued, the edited statement deleted the reference to gross negligence, a legal threshold for mishandling classified material, and instead replaced it with an exculpatory sentence. Had the reference to gross negligence remained, It wouldn't have been possible to make the case that Hillary didn't know she was breaking the law because it would have been irrelevant. Many believe Hillary knowingly violated the law. That could be why she apparently lied to the FBI so frequently about the details of her private email server. The 33,000 missing emails seem suspect, as well as the fact that she faced 0 charges for destroying evidence. When it came to classified information, Comey edited a reference to the sheer volume of classified information discussed on email. A sheer volume that a hacker could have very well laid his eyes on and used for something malevolent. While the precise dates of the edits and identities of the editors are not apparent from the documents, the edits appear to change the tone and substance of Director Comey's statement in at least 3 respects, Johnson wrote Thursday. That includes, Johnson said, repeated edits to reduce Secretary Clinton's culpability in mishandling classified information. In conclusion, the edits to Comey's public statements made months prior to the conclusion of the FBI's investigation of Secretary Clinton's conduct had a significant impact on the FBI's public evaluation of the implications of her actions. It's great that Hillary Clinton lost the election despite not being held responsible for any of her actions. It would have been more satisfying to watch her campaign from a jail cell wearing a fashionable orange jumpsuit.
All right, there's a lot to unpack here. Let's bring in Troy Slayton, a criminal defense lawyer and former prosecutor who specializes in constitutional law. Troy, Happy New Year. Thanks for being here to talk about this subject, this unfolding matter that just seems to keep going. Let's kick off with what the Congressman Devin Nunes is trying to accomplish. There's this Wednesday deadline looming, and what he wants is information from the Department of Justice, from the FBI. He wants to get to the bottom of the whole dossier subject, what it was used for, when it came into the hands of the FBI. Will he get the answers he's seeking, and will he see them by any chance sometime this week?
Well, he might or he might not. Congress has not only the absolute power, but the duty to conduct oversight over the FBI and the Department of Justice. And so if the FBI and the DOJ aren't willing to voluntarily turn over documents and other materials related to anything that Congress wants to find out about, then they issue subpoenas. But the problem comes with the enforcement of a subpoena. There may be very good reasons to not comply with the subpoena, that there's classified information, that it affects national security, that there's an ongoing criminal investigation like we know there is here. But you just can't not respond. But the problem is, if they just don't respond and Congress wants to enforce the subpoena, they have to go to the DOJ. And certainly DOJ lawyers aren't going to go to court to seek a remedy or contempt against themselves.
Yeah, what about that? Possible contempt of Congress? As you mentioned, this is a big complicated web. Could we see some sort of action taken if they don't see what they want to see by midweek, by the 3rd?
Well, that would be the remedy normally under the normal course for Congress then to ask the Justice Department to file contempt proceedings in federal court. But here, it's the Justice Department itself that is not complying. And if the reason why they're not complying is a question about national security or classified documents, there are ways to handle that, especially with the Intelligence Committee. They have secret rooms that they're able to share information with the Congress men and women without having the worry that that information will be largely disseminated.
All right, now let's shift to this New York Times report that this former aide to the Trump campaign, George Papadopoulos, may have had this drunken conversation back in May of 2016, speaking with an Australian diplomat, that he knew the Russians had some dirt on Hillary Clinton, and then ultimately that diplomat passing information on to the U.S. intelligence. The idea behind this report is that, hey, maybe it wasn't the dossier, it wasn't the dossier, this came first, this conversation came first, but it doesn't matter exactly how the FBI got this investigation started. The political sides seem to really want
whatever reason the investigation has started, we're far down that path. A special counsel has been appointed. Mueller is conducting the investigation, and although there are arguments and good arguments coming from the Republicans about the independence of the special counsel and some possible appearance of impropriety that may be involved with some of the prosecutors and investigators on Mueller's team, the investigation is underway and is going to go forward.
Yeah, there's a lot of digging to be done. Still, you know, that question, the chicken or the egg, which came first?